Yes. What's up, traders? Red here with another trading update. I'm really thankful for today because I finally got a win. It wasn't a clean win. I had to rely on my reverse trade to get me out of the hole, but I'll take it, especially with how this month has been going. The P&L itself wasn't anything big and it doesn't change my account in any meaningful way, but I feel like mentally it was just something I needed right now. Heading into Thanksgiving, it just felt good to end the week with something positive instead of another loss. So in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I just want to say I'm grateful for this win. I'm grateful that I kept showing up. And lastly, I'm grateful for everyone who keeps watching my videos and supporting me. Before I go over my trades, if you like these day trading recaps where I show the wins and losses, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you can follow along every day. And also check the description below for the latest platform deals I have going on right now with the code RDT. Full disclosure, they're affiliate links. If you use them, it genuinely supports the channel. So thank you ahead of time if you decide to check them out. Let's just jump into today's trades. So during my live stream this morning, I didn't really see a setup for myself, but a bunch of people in my chat were catching wins left and right. And I was honestly happy for them because it's nice going into a long weekend with a W. But for me, I didn't feel FOMO or anything like that. I was actually completely fine with the idea of having a no trade day because sometimes not trading is the best outcome you can ask for. You didn't lose any money, you didn't get involved in any messy situation, and most importantly, you didn't tilt yourself heading into a holiday. But as we got into the afternoon session, I noticed myself hesitating. It wasn't because the setup looked bad or anything. It was more of my worry that the market might just stagnate from here and chop me around. And when you've been in a rough patch lately, I feel like that hesitation gets worse. Even when the setup looks good, you still end up second guessing yourself a little because the recent losses are still fresh in your head. And I just didn't want to end the day badly again. On a typical Wednesday, I would have been fine, but not today. So I try to remind myself of the mindset that I've been trying to build lately, which is basically treating myself like a trading bot. If the setup is there, I take it. I don't make any excuses about it being the day before Thanksgiving. Unless I coded in beforehand that I shouldn't trade here, I should be trading. A bot would see the conditions met and would just execute, right? And I want my decision making to be that straightforward. So when the setup finally came, I took the long. And when the price hit my entry, it seemed like it was showing some reaction at first, but eventually I got stopped out. I was devastated. Like, here we go again. It's funny because the price actually gave me a tiny reaction at first instead of just blowing through my entry, and somehow even that made me feel a little better. It's crazy how low your expectations can get when you've been losing. Even this little bounce felt like hope. But that initial bounce faded away and the whole thing sold off. And so did my hope of winning this trade. So at this point, I'm discouraged and I already know I'm about to take the reverse short and possibly hit my daily loss limit. But I went for it anyway because at the end of the day, I want to be able to say that I followed the plan. That was really the only thing I had control over in that moment. So then came the reverse short trade. I wasn't excited about it because based on how this month has gone, I had plenty of reasons to think this is going to fail too. And the way I got tagged in looked honestly really ugly. It looked exactly like the other times when I reverse traded and immediately got faked out. And I swear this one felt the same at first. And yeah, I had thoughts of like possibly closing early because the candle looked terrible, but that would be giving myself way too much credit, like I suddenly know better than my plan. I don't trust myself to make that kind of a judgment call in that moment because every time I've tried to outsmart my own rules, it's gone badly, and today's a good example. So even though the entry came from this quick sudden bullish candle and it looked completely wrong, the momentum died almost immediately and the price just started dumping in my favor. I was nervous the whole time because it still didn't look clean, but that's exactly why I don't try to read the candle shapes or tell myself stories about what they actually mean. I just stuck to the plan and let it do what it was supposed to do. And then it hit my target, just a clean TP hit. And the feeling I got wasn't excitement, it was relief. And thinking like, okay, I needed that. The P&L wasn't big enough to make me jump out of my chair, but mentally it did way more for me than just the number itself. After a pretty brutal stretch of losses, just seeing a little green on the screen meant something. I'm still aware that I got a little lucky today. The momentum could have easily reversed again, and I could have had another losing day heading into the holiday. But that's part of trading. Sometimes the system saves you, other times you get lucky, and sometimes it's both. And I'm good with that. The important thing is that I followed my plan and didn't panic close my trade. And I'm pretty happy with how I carried myself today. I also want to take a second to thank everyone in the community, the ones who show up to the live stream every morning, the people in my Discord, even those who's watching this video right now, quietly in the background without saying anything. Having people around who support what I'm doing honestly helps me stay accountable. It reminds me that I'm not doing this alone. I tell you guys to follow your plan, so I need to follow mine. I tell you guys not to panic, so I have to hold myself to the same standard. And that extra layer of accountability has helped me show up every day and stay in the game. I know this one win doesn't change my whole situation. I know next week could be hard again. I know there's still a lot to work through, but today gave me enough to reset my head a little, and I'm choosing to take that as a positive heading into Thanksgiving. I'm not going to trade on Friday since it's like a half a day in the markets, so I'll be back on Monday. I hope you guys enjoy Thanksgiving, stay safe, and get whatever rest you need. If you like these daily recaps and want to follow along through the ups and downs of my trading journey, feel free to like the video for the algorithm and subscribe so other traders like you can find me. This has been Red, signing out. Peace.